Good morning. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. So, we've had a report that for people unlike me who can click very fast, there can be confusion between a drag event ending into another click and a double click. That's what I forgot. And actually, I need to change this. Okay, I don't even have this on right now. You're gonna need to reload because we changed the ID. Okay, we do have the regular one. And it's not enabled, which means I shouldn't have, like, queue by default or anything on. Or any of the things that depend on it. Used by must only be somehow locally installed things? Maybe I didn't see it in active. Yeah, it's here. It's not enabled. Okay. I think we're only concerned about the default behavior right now, though.
Choose start point.
All right. So if we do a drag and then a... So what was the problem? Not emitted in case of two-factor selecting clicking. Oh, okay. So he's saying too fast. He's like, and then we... Oh, I'm not actually controlling you. What would you left click on? Would that work for targeting something? Maybe. No. So I'd have to get something we could do something to. Turn on previews. You mean what'd I do? I changed control. What? No, not you. What did I do? Yeah. But I actually broke something here. Okay, I guess we can work with you. So it's a failure to control. Actually, I probably want you in a corner. Yeah, that sort of worked. Guess I'm not fast enough. Well, I guess the left right click would kind of do the same thing. And yes, that's caps lock. Okay, that one seems to have gotten lost. Can we go? Yeah, we can go that way. Show settings. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was originally thinking, oh yeah, if I can do my square up here and do an attack order, but really, right-click move will be the same, and that does seem to have lost it. So the description of the error was not emitted. Well, either that or it gets canceled somehow. Yeah, that might be a not emitted. Oh, it always show? Well, I don't know that I usually played like that, but... Oh. Did you get buggered up now, too? That's interesting. Is that me? Or is that something... Well, I guess I wasn't really looking at, which we just destroyed the console. Oh, yeah. It does not like the Windows stretch. Or maybe I deselected any team. Wait. I don't have a selection box at all. I can give orders. And you have an order preview. Yeah, but I actually turned the mod off, unless I have to, like, quit. Yeah, direct clicking was a... Oh. Yeah, that looked really confused. So, we should be with none enabled. Well, not that mod enabled. I guess I was tapping a few buttons there. Trying to get the command preview on. Okay, so in a new game, that works. Although we're back not being able to issue orders. Nope, and caps lock destroyed the server. Anything else interesting on server log? Oh, where was that? Let's see, the server is the one that dumps it out. Is the server the one that goes into the log file or to the base folder? Oh, data directory? Aren't these the client files? So where's the dump? I mean, is that a lost communication? I guess I don't know. Log. Date modified. Yeah, no dumps from today. Okay, so those would be client-side crashes. Is there text? Okay, yeah. So that's the log file. Oh, yeah, that says server, attaching log, attaching dxdiag, crash ID. So the crash ID, well, crash ID is there. The dates, I think that would be wrong, though. PA server. Oh, PA server, Now, did it automatically upload that? Uploading crash. Yeah, so that's now. So do you still need it, or did it auto-upload that? See, so those are all receive commands. So don't use that much. I don't know if that's doing anything. Add to Google Drive. Is that something I should have access to? Because I don't know that one offhand. Let's see. Is that pinned somewhere? Okay, drop files here. All right. Do you need the dxtag and log file too? Let's see. Let me see if that says, or at least the crash ID. Need that crash dump. Okay. Server, Planetary Annihilation. That's the most recent one. All right. Yeah, that's on the other window. Oh, maybe did this put me to default settings? I mean, auto should be defaulting to. Oh, no, that was local server, not. Now, the weirdly local server off. Oh, it disabled that when I wasn't logged in. No, now it just failed to start. We'd actually have to catch it in their screen, though. What could be preventing it from starting? Was there something in an intermediate scene? Let's see, does... This probably doesn't have stop on caught exceptions. Well... Or is it getting confused because I started from here? Because I should do pass through. Okay, it was using the launch directory to find the server. And crash dump. No, that's the other thing. Um... Alright, important thing is sandbox. For comparison, I was in that mode before.
Select starting location.
Oh, it was a random planet. Didn't change that. Alright, we can select. Oh. Okay, it was that guy. We can turn paths on. Wait, why did you get in? Why did you get an order? Did I not select idle? I thought I selected idle.
Choose start point.
Okay, as soon as I select him, he becomes unidle. That's new. If I don't select him, does it keep going? Yeah, the AI is like started now. Huh. So does the old trick still work? I actually wasn't seeing that before.
Choose landing site.
Okay, Econ 0 seems to keep them busy. Or not busy. So I must have had Econ 0 in my other setup. Alright, so we were initially testing, oh, I guess, standard click handler. Orders. Okay, yeah, so, well, depending on how fast you click. It's easy to probably cross those. The best I'm able to get from the description is you do a select and then quickly click. Oop, you're not controlled. Okay, so the standard one lost it too. Oh, you started playing again yourself, huh? Okay, that one worked. If I press that, okay, if I press it while holding the button, it doesn't do anything in standard handler. And there's a question of, oh. So what was which thing didn't get issued? Selection gestures, a drag gesture, not emitted in case of two fact. Okay, so he was already selected, so we have to account for that. No, not selected. Okay, this might actually be... Yep, that was no time. This might actually be effectively vanilla behavior. No, not selected. Well, no, it said selection not emitted. Unselected. Unselected. It's hard because it's just a timing thing. Alright. This seems to be working for the moment. Jeez. Yeah, they can be pretty addictive when you're making progress. I mean, at some point when I'm stuck, I get, I kind of start wondering if I should take a break. Of course, I've got the additional pressure of just staring at a screen while on stream. Yeah, leave an entire area. I mean, I found that I was unlocking areas pretty fast, so it was usually easy to have something that was next. Yeah, I think I had a pretty good pattern, you know, start out reviewing all the stuck ones, and then when I'm done with all of those, move on to a new one.
Select starting location.
That was kind of where I got the other day, where I had like one level left, or I'd actually cleared like the last thing in like 4 areas, 3 or 4 areas. And then I was just at like, I had two places I could bounce between. Alright, no crash. You're responding to orders. You're responding to orders. Alright, so we're trying to show orders. Okay. This report was selection not emitted. Okay, I don't think selection emitted, the order is not. Oh. Okay, this could be my mod. Getting into a bad state. Is this where you... Oh, nope, I was on the wrong team. Okay, that was selection emitted. Order not emitted. Selection emitted. Selection but not order. Both. Selection but not order. So I've not been able to reproduce the no selection. Too fast selected clicking. Accidentally recognizes a double click. Oh, so maybe it's actually a really fast drag. That looks like a... Like if you're doing something like that. You get somebody really, really going at it. I keep trying to do these long things to like set up, okay, that do the quick click. I guess they make that a double click gesture. Suggested fix. Drag gesture is 20 using a valid drag can not be part of a double click gesture. So unfortunately I don't really have a good way to test this, because I'm not fast enough. I'm somewhat familiar with the mindset where you're clicking like crazy trying to do something. Oh, did I turn off my just my mod to test if that was an issue? Oh, I did. Okay, so that was base behavior.
Choose landing site.
Wait. Oh, there we go. Oh, we lost the lines. Oh, no, okay, we lost selection and did something there. Okay, it doesn't like the way I'm issuing those orders at all. All right, so that's going to be our most recent server. And that's the word entertainment PA server. Date modified. Wait, oh, for a while, maybe I moved the log files there. Da, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. Now this is more. Open file location, fine. Yeah, that's stable. So there's always the refrain to update graphics drivers, but this isn't. I would expect that to be a client issue, not a server issue. That's also a drop stream issue, if that's the case. All right, so he's gonna be tied up for a little bit. The only thing I changed was use of my mod. I guess that could have been happen chance. How reproducible is it? Alright. Did it save that state? Live game input refactor. Oh. Why did you deselect? Okay, so yeah. We played around with this for a while. We played around without this and it seemed fine.
Select starting location.
And now we're not seeing lines. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, no, you're responding. The fact that we lost player selection is weird, though. Okay, so select works. We might lose the order if we're... unfortunately, the thing we need to test behavior-wise seems to be crashing our server right now.
Choose start point.
Alright, how much does it take to do us in here? Oh, we have lost control of our unit. That's interesting. But we're able to issue more orders. Okay, that did the select. That did the order. That did select but not order. The report I had was no select. Selection gesture is a drag gesture is not emitted in case of too fast selecting clicking in a fast game. Oh, do you mean you do that and it looks like a double click? Well, alright, we're not crashing right now. So we can see about instrumenting for what we're detecting. Oh. That actually turned caps lock on. Okay. Well, maybe we'll have to do settings. Alright, where are we determining what we detect here? So scale mouse, register selection change, play command sound. Okay, we've got a little bit of high level organization, multi-stage command parts, button functions. Modifier keys, add, remove, toggle. I'm not playing with any of those. Mode and response button routing. Okay, so we namespaced all of our stuff. Oop. Okay, that support, not going to be as important for, I don't think, yeah. Multi-stage, so we've got drag a ball. Capture formation facing. That might have been left over from the old formation implementation. Hold mouse pan. Complete fab rotate. Begin fab down. Celestial target down. Select single click. They're all potentially draggable. Select double click. Select down, standard down, contextual action down. Complete formation command, that would be the old formation command. Command mode, which I think is when you do an explicit command. Should append fab, should exit fab mode, should append context. Those are all supposed to be extension points. It was about time to cut it, and particularly, I just wanted to make sure things were nice and clear for the oral surgeon, and I was overdue for the top of my head as well. Okay, install watcher, remove watcher. That could maybe be interesting. Actually, where do I have old hook points on this? Ooh, lockdown again. Yikes. Let's say time difference. That was performance stuff. Okay, so maybe watchers are interesting. Where do I determine if it's a double click? There's double click ID. select double click time. So that's where we're doing double click time. Oh, yep, select double click. So this is where we're determining single double. So select down, select single, select double. Right, and then in fast click, we just skip this and alias this to single click. I had a report that if you, and I don't know exactly how this works. If you like click really fast, I don't know if this is if this is like, no, that was kind of it, wasn't it? If you get going too fast, I got too close, so the icon went away. It will not do the select. That might have been. And mostly what I'm able to do here is to not issue the order, but it still does the select. So I don't know exactly. Selection gesture is a drag gesture. It is not emitted. Where are we at? I've not really been able to replicate that, and it also had a crash a few times. So I gave Mikey two crash dumps, and I've had a third one since then. Which after that is when I stopped getting the lines here. So that might be a client state thing. But the only like standard thing I haven't tried yet is updating graphics drivers, but it seems to be the server that's crashing. So I wouldn't think that would be affected by graphics drivers, although I guess the server does technically have a GUI mode. It might still be initializing them even when it's in the background. Okay, so toggling of armor control. Loss of state. What would cause the army control to change, though? Do we do anything with... I mean, unless it's interacting badly with some other thing. I mean, this one doesn't do anything. I've got the hotkeys. I think there's like a cycle next player too. Okay, shift control comma. I shouldn't be hitting that. Well, let's see if we can get triggered again. It seems to only happens once per game. Usually among the first couple commands sent.
Landing site.
Okay, well, not doing it yet. Okay, that's the wrong button. Now some of the other times I did play around with, okay, can we do this to both guys? Yeah. Last time I got it real early in the game. Oop. Okay, so then as I do that, and then switch directly, so I accidentally hit that one, then go directly to control, which turns on vision. But as of yet, we're not triggering that. Alright, well, I wanted to do, I've got single and double. Unless we get an experiment to try. I might have to go back in this and see where we hit it, because I haven't gotten a super reliable reproduction, unless we go with it's early in the run of the game. Like the first server we start or something.
Choose landing site.
Nope. Yeah, something was pretty reproducible for a bit there, but... Also... Have I not hit save on this yet? I probably haven't hit save on it yet. So that is not as reproducible as it first appeared. I guess one thing... I wonder if that happened on times when I had enabled it while we were running, but this should only run in the live game scene. Draggable command, draggable command. So that's using a thing, multi-stage command part. So that is draggable command. Set dragging, cancel dragging, input dot capture. So we got our responders. Mouse up. Or escape. There's input.capture. There is it this? Oh, responders gets the It's the ability to do that. Although it gets the ability to set and cancel dragging, so we might consider that. Cancel dragging. That's set dragging, start dragging, and then this is, what is this? This is, right, because it's mouse move, we say, okay, the button's been down long enough. And then this can determine when it's long enough. Oh, and that determines drag time. So that's a time only, not a distance. Our recommendation was to drag gesture with 20 or more pixels or whatever. Valid drag gesture can be part of a double click gesture. So that's a mouse move. That's a mouse up. A key down. I wonder, maybe it's actually a click and then a double, and then the drag turns into a double click. And I'm not really using escape here. The full text of issue report. Oh, okay, yeah, I sort of thought about that, but it is in Discord with the rest of the private message chatters. Unfortunately, well, I don't know if it's easy to put in chat. We'll do a temporary file. Yep. Let's see. Are there any other good comments? So, let's see. Is that Emitarchus? His initial suggestion was that distance check on mouse up of a drag gesture, 20 pixels or more, seems to be a valid drag gesture and therefore cannot be part of a double click. So the real problem is the confusion with double click. I could do a distance check there, but I'd have to set something to say how it interferes with double click. Well, yeah, it'd probably have to be like a flag or a replaceable function in the mod or something. This is probably saying kind of the same thing. and the amount was just kind of throwing something out there. But I'm not yet satisfied I fully understand the problem right now. This is saying, so a valid gesture, they're going to be part of a double click. Yeah. Not emitted. Okay, so maybe he's saying that he's doing a very, very fast drag. But no, that wouldn't be a double click. Because we're looking for mouse down, mouse up. And like I can't even select that fast to make it not be a drag. Yeah, and then you can't even really tell what's going on. Alright, so I had to save this. With a couple of things. Oh, yeah, I'll have to look at if my double click does any checks at all right now. Okay, so wait, why am I getting? Is that going into a check for double? Or did I? Nope, I have this backwards. No, wait, that's select. Yeah, the labels are backwards. Okay, single, start dragging, end dragging, click and ending dragging. Oh, you mean so that it lands on something? Oh, you mean... Yeah, I mean, it has to be a timing issue in terms of... I mean, I guess I could make it a really super long double-click time for testing purposes. That is actually... Oh no, that was... Okay, well this is... this is not settable right now. Oops. Okay, that was a... Alright, so we're looking at... Okay. Yeah, so I think it's into the next drag, maybe? And he's saying, well, if that click goes over a distance, then it can't possibly be a double click. But that timing might be off. Because this is on the button down. No? Standard down. Okay, selected control active. Yeah, there's... So, what's the difference with unit groups in terms of the accidental double clicks? Do they do something different? Accidental double click will select both groups. Well, I'm using my modified timing right now. Okay, that was still in the double time, so it determined that was a double click. Well, double single. Need 2 groups of docks, okay. Same corners, so like, oh, well, we got our messed up double click time right now. Maybe once they understand that I can turn that back up. So you're saying, like, we tried to select one, and then we try to select the other? Okay. Now, maybe with the alternate... I mean, we were seeing some kind of mess-ups with the extended double click time. Because it wasn't recognizing the next double click drag gesture. My concern is going to be exactly how this works in the logic. So we might have to do some crossing of concerns for that to work. Yeah. Oh, if we land on a docks. Oh, that double click. Okay. Oh. Which is easy right now because we've got our time turned up. Maybe. No, because that's negating that gesture. That's probably still too slow. Oh, yep. Yeah, but I mean, I was also seeing that, like there. If we're still in the range of that first selection click, then we don't start to recognize this drag. So I have to say that if that second mouse down, so what's happening there? Do you have a... It's hard to focus here. So single, start dragging and dragging. Then when we do the click, it gets recognized as a double. Yeah. So select double click. Select single click goes into draggable command. Select double click doesn't support draggable double click gestures. At present. And the default implementation is in fact select matching units. So what we're actually looking at, well, actually no, this is sort of double click. Because we're only considering time. Well, okay, so this fixes the case like I did, where I have a super long time, I move over. And start doing something else. If I have a distance check on that, it will recognize that it is not a double click. So it will go into here and be able to do the area select. If you're selecting here and then go, oops, I really wanted to select all these guys. Actually, no, that it would have to be the same ID. So that would have to be like, you do this into a double click on there, and then the first click gets lost. The second one is single. So either you need to directly check distance, maybe I just reset double click time if it's a drag, when we determine it is a draggable event, because that would cancel out the double click processing. So we do a mouse up, it does a drag event. We do that. I don't like that we're crossing concerns, but well, do you have any sense? Draggable command. No, you don't directly deal with that. Yeah, begin drag select. So you correct position. So it'd be kind of be smaller to have double click reset the double drag select reset the double click time. But that means kind of going in and messing with the handler for double clicks and like kind of messing with its state. So I think I might have to repeat some of this and have double click track the distance. It's duplicating it, but it keeps that function together, and if somebody wants to do a mod of the framework, change how that behavior works, they only have to modify one of the things. Oh, actually, no, we're already, well, that's specifically single click, so we're already interfacing with that a little bit. But it's this specific thing, double click time. And I guess it is storing it in a, well, right, because we have to make sure we're tracking this in the same holodeck if it crosses that. Which means we'd also have to store that state there. That's of this event. So you would have to store. And then you were cleaning up after us. And, so, properly speaking, this would be a distance. For the distances we're looking at, Manhattan might work. You mean the distance calculation? It's getting to be a bit more state than it was. What? I'm not immediately clear on what kind of function it would be. So that would be that relied on that being 0 if it wasn't present. If the x and y are not present, well, actually, we could do a nested test there. That would only be present if this was present. Oh, but I have to be able to else out. Zero is probably 0 is not a valid time, but it might be a valid coordinate. So I'm also saying we need to separate this. Oh, that's a reserved name. We'll still have to do an abs if we're even if we're just doing base distance. I guess the first thing we need to do is get a sense of what's a reasonable size. These are actually worse. And these are mouse events, so they're in screen space, right? And I guess you would still be doing smaller selects at higher zoom, perhaps. Okay, so what are you using to determine dragging? You start watching. It really depends. It's semi-dependent on the thing doing it. And let's end or click. Or are we partly relying on base system functionality for this? We've got polling. We've got set dragging. Oh, yeah, we're getting a little bit of it from here. Unit begin command. Unit begin go. So we're partly relying on the holodeck functions to determine when it's a valid drag gesture. Does that ever go both directions? So we start off polling false, dragging true. Cancel stops that. If it's mouse move, we start off polling false. So if we initially get dragging false, we're polling true. And we're watching. Oh no, this is and polling. Polling starts off true. And then you're based on strict time, which each of these have individual times. Okay, so you're actually 0, 75, 125, all smaller than double click. I'm starting to wonder if it would be simpler just to clear the double click time. It's crossing concerns, but this is determining when it's a drag. Perhaps with some distance involved from the handlers. Oh, not here. Yeah, this is setting this up. So set dragging. So definitely cancel. It's a cancel dragging. So dragging true, polling false. So essentially it would be... When we start a dragging event, then you start watching the drag event. So once we start doing a drag event, does that work? No. The issue we were able to reproduce with the extended timeout is that the click after a drag got redirected to double click. Oh, right, but if we start a drag, then this cancels the double click time, so we should never end up there. All right, so we've got extended timeout now. Oh. Yeah, not actually on it. Actually, just even going to partial of a group can let you see if... Okay, now we still got the extended thing in there, although any click... Okay. Okay, that was a click followed by an attempted drag. Because we've got the extended double click time right now. So actually, we wouldn't want to consider that a drag. You just might not want to consider it a double click. Question is, would you be trying to do little things in here? Well, putting a distance limit on it would solve the worst of that. You know, the boop boop. Am I gonna sync here? Yeah. The click and then not drag somewhere else. We've got the whole question of distance and stuff, though. Like how much... let's see, that would be an additional check on double click. It would only make double clicks harder. So I want to try a few and get a sense of what kind of numbers we get. But we can probably choose a large-ish value so that obvious drags are still drags. Well, no, actually, no. My case was a click, and then we did a drag somewhere else. So that's not going to be drag distance. It would be a click and then attempt to drag. Right, single, double, yeah. So actually, we can't prevent that with a distance check anyway. Unless we do something in the double click handler itself, which is going to cause them to be delayed as we wait to see if it's a drag. So that could have its own unfortunate consequences as well. Actually, I apparently was not using that function. Okay, so that was for launching the game. Okay, mod info is hacked. That's a temporary file. That's clearing the possibility for double click after once we initiate a drag event. Is not emitted in case of too fast. Accidentally recognizes a double click. Drag gesture is considered a valid drag gesture and therefore cannot be. Yeah, so I think I was misreading part of. It's the first click that's going to count as a double click and canceling the next thing. Oh, and he's saying mouse up of drag. But the important thing is that something that is a drag, which is probably handled by, we probably have something similar handled by the holodeck functions, is saying if it's a drag, it can't be part of a double click. Quick check on the console stuff. So our semi-test scenario. The best we can do is that. Actually, we should probably get out. This is pure bug fix. Um, uh, or any based on it, but or that use the same technique. Huh. Okay, yeah, I don't explicitly document all the functions. It's just like, here's a lot more integration points. All right, so I think that's so there's that. Mod info is date and stuff. Two. Build. All right, changelog, build, date, version, reset. Double click. All right, so my release scripts from the computer. I don't know that I have any other PA stuff to work on right now. Unless there is some sort of any further crash debugging. Not sure my key's still here. So we generally saw that, well, running the local version, which we have to switch it back. Actually, it would have been starting at the standard mod version, so unless I had to do it specifically with file mounting?
Select starting location.
Um. Hmm. There was that word situation. And usually it was in our first couple attempts here. Things went weird. Yeah. Oh. Okay, that one seems fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting a reproduction of that deselect issue. It was happening almost every time before. There's that. Alright, I don't think I have anything else I need to be doing here. Hmm. And it's close enough to lunch, I'll just wrap up. Oh, I do, let's see. Oh, oops, I did not upload the other file. So that was 58. So that would have been that one. Alright, close that down. Thanks for watching. Let me see. Well, I actually I don't keep up with the PA people a lot anymore. We got any other kind of coding stuff going on? There's a JavaScript game. Oh, and that's my normal schedule. And a relatively small task, just had to get taken care of. But I'm also still recovering, so that's fine. Yeah, so we're looking for somebody doing a full game in JavaScript. Thanks for watching. Tyrannosaur is working on his little game. It's not a full RTS or anything. It's a pretty simple dot clicker, but it's, if you ever tried to make a game, that's still a lot of stuff to figure out. Yeah, if it's cool to hang out, it's a place cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye until next time.